Right, game two, and we've already got the bans up, and we're already seeing top ban out the Renekton in game two. JDG banning out the set, so that's the changes here that they're going to have to show a new mid laner and a new top laner for these respective teams.
Yeah, I agree, and already top picking up the Zoe and the Graves. Big fan of that, actually. And I also think the Renekton was a great ban, because I think JDG is not scared of first picking that Renekton, as they showed on the red side.
You have to say, though, it is a little bit questionable. I mean, questionable in that top won the game, and their matchup of Kennen into the Renekton didn't look too bad. Yes, he didn't win lane or anything like that, but you were mentioning between the games that you thought 369 was a real star performer on that Kennen, especially around the team fights.
Yeah, for sure. I do agree. But that being said, that Renekton was first picked.
Yes.
Top Esports had the counter pick, and they were behind in farm in the lane.
True.
They were behind despite having the counter pick. So ultimately didn't do what it was supposed to do. Although I do agree, like I said, I pointed out that 369 had a great game in the team fights on the Kennen and looked really incredible. But I do think top banning the Renekton was a good play, because Zoom did play quite well on it in the laning phase.
Yeah, and it seems like JDG, especially when that's your first pick of a series, that they had already planned to do that. And so you're just making them show something else as this series goes on. It's very early in the series, and if this goes into the later rounds, that you're going to be getting a little bit more information of what JDG is looking to play. And here you're seeing a little bit more of a standard pick the AD carry and then the jungler, and then we're not sure where this Lucian is going to go, whether it's going to be the mid lane or the top lane. Kind of leaves it a little bit flexible.
Yeah, for sure. One thing I really don't like from the side of JDG is that them banning Caitlyn on blue side. I think it's pretty bad, and that means basically that you can't first pick or you're not that good at playing the Caitlyn, unless you're going in with the game plan that you want the Ashe. But even then, it's like Caitlyn is so strong right now, and if you can't play, you basically just have to ban it on blue side. So kind of disappointing to see that that's not in their arsenal. But regardless, they're going to take the Jhin Ashe matchup. It's not that bad for them, and they do pick up the really strong Lucian pick.
Yeah, I've been saying to a lot of my buddies that I've been saying that Caitlyn is the best champion in the game at the moment. At least in the 10-16 patch, and people are having a hard time disagreeing with it, just because the standard counter pick of Ashe doesn't seem to be working as well as it used to. Caitlyn seems to be doing just fine, where it seems to be like a split matchup. You're able to get more damage and more range and more tower pressure with the Caitlyn, but then Ashe offers those extra utility tools of the vision and that long range engage from the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. So yeah, she's at a really good point, and I think it shows weakness as well. It really shows your AD carry, that whether they're confident or not on it, and it really shows with JDG that they just don't want to pick it, and look to see that that's going to be a first rotation ban every game going forward. I'd be surprised if they were to go ahead and then not ban it or not first pick it then going forward, because of what we're seeing.
Yeah. Now, I think JDG here, they picked the Leona because they have an idea for comp they want to engage, right? They want that hard engage from the Leona ult. That being said, I think Leona was such a bad pick into the Thresh. Like, this is pro play, so it's not a question of is the Thresh good enough to flay Leona out of her E. Every time Leona dashes on you, you're going to get flayed out of it. So I don't think the Leona pick was too great here. Yeah, it is good just because you're going to make that Jim pay the 1,300 QSS tax, but I think there was better picks besides the Leona here.
Yeah, I have to say it's a little strange into the Thresh as well, as I'm someone who did play a little more support back in previous seasons, and I did main Thresh for a while, and I got to see the Thresh versus Leona matchup primarily as the Thresh, and it's not a matchup that you mind. Again, you just have to know how to play it, where to be flaying and when to be flaying, and keeping your lantern ready for that big engage of Leona. And you normally see the last pick Leona into something like a Rakan or an Enchanter or someone that you're gonna get in and really blow up with the chain CC. But you're not able to do that with Thresh, so I find it a little bit curious. I'm trying to think of the last time that I saw this happen, and I really can't think of it in pro play, at least in the last 6 months, where you've seen a Leona into Thresh pick, especially here and saving it for last pick. Weird.
Yeah, for sure. And then one other thing I think that they could have done here is I think could have put the Lucian top lane and the Camille mid. I think Lucian is just always going to be a better pick into the Fiora in the laning phase than the Camille. Like always. And I don't think Camille does actually that bad into Zoe either. So I think you basically could have gave your top lane a way better matchup than you just gave it.
Yeah, with all things even considered, absolutely, it makes a lot of sense. We got to also think about how the players are with these champions, and perhaps Yagao is just that much more confident on the Lucian than
Very
Zoom
possible.
is. Yeah. Again, I haven't watched these teams enough to know how much Lucian has been picked between these two laners, but. Frankly, I like Lucian into both of these matchups, into both Zoe and Fiora. But I like how you were saying how the Camille it could work especially well into Zoe. But just think about engaging with the ult as Camille. Zoe cannot tank any sort of damage and really relying on her movement to be able to get out. And with Camille's ult, you really take away that ability. So. Yeah, I see where you're coming from, and we're going to have to see how these two solo lanes shake out to see where Lucian might have been a little bit better. Yeah,
for sure, and already some pretty good trades on the top side for Zoom there. He definitely takes those. Damn. He is opting for the grasp, and that's something I've been seeing it a lot in high-low when I look at builds and whatnot for the Camille. A lot of pros have been opting for the grasp over the Conquer. Or the PTA.
Same with the Bloodline in as an AD carry. You see a lot of lifesteal in the AD carry position the higher up you go. Whereas in the lower elos, you tend to go with the attack speed. Just sustain is so important. Getting a back timing that you want instead of what your opponent is forcing you to do is just... the higher level you go, the more important it is because you're literally counting minion waves that are in your advantage or are against you, and just with the experience, the gold, and then everything with lane freezes as well. Sustain is really king the higher up, and you're seeing Zoom.
Oh, this is some good pathing from Kanavi though.
Takes the long way.
Does take the long way, but that's great pathing. This should be a kill picked up for the side of JDG for sure. This is a great thing coming out.
Kanavi, take the long way.
And the spear, great timing on the jump from Camille.
Take the long way, Kanavi. And you get the first blood. You get the first blood back on me. Dun, dun. And I'm singing as Camille. Camille as middle.
That's really good timing. Yep, absolutely. And a repeat gank coming out right away. Ward did expire. Oh no, not like this. 369. Oh, they're not gonna opt for it, really. Oh, I thought that was for sure a kill. No flash on the Fiora, man. That could have been it. Italy's gonna get double scuttled for this though. She's gonna pick up the Krug, so it's not the end of the world. But I definitely think they could have got another kill on the 369 there.
Yeah, and I wonder why. I'm trying to think because that ward in Top River, it was there for that first gang. That's why that pathing from Kanavi was so strong because of what you said. He went right around the ward and went up to the far side.
Oh, massive trades coming out right now. Oh, and gonna hit the paddle star. Only gonna take one tower shot. You take those trades as a Zoe every day of the week. Whew.
Yep, Knight showing that when you can land the Sleepy Trouble Bubble on Lucian, he better not have any minions in front of him. If he doesn't, then these types of trades can happen.
See, the thing, the reason, I hate seeing this is because you hit your power spike on Leona, and it's like, alright guys, we're going in. But guess what? It's like, you're going in, and you die in this. If you want to do that here, you just can't, ever. It feels so bad, I think.
I think there's a little bit of a rainbow at level 6, because then you get the 2 additional forms of CC, and then you really like the Ashe Leona. But I agree with you. It's a really awkward place to be as someone who's stopped playing Leona in the last couple of years, like compared to how much I used to play her. You really only have one button, and it's go. And here we're seeing the bot lane already press and go.
Yeah, the button's been pressed. Here we go. Jackie Love going to get pretty low. Does have the cleanse. Is going to have to flash. Nice spear from the Nidalee to force that out. That was a great play. Yep. I guess we've been proven wrong. I've been proven wrong.
Well, there was a gank in there. You know, it wasn't a straight 2v2. I'm not going to say that. You're aces in my books, Josh.
That was a really good look from JDG there, though. That was a great play.
But we're seeing Kanave saying, "Hey, you can play Nidalee. Well, what do you know? Like, I'm a mechanical jungler. I can play Nidalee. I'm going to show you how to do it." And already with first blood and an effective gank on bottom, to be able to get both flashes out, actually all 4 summoner spells taken out on that bottom gank. So you're going to gank twice, and you're going to get a kill and 4 summoner spells. You're laughing when you're a jungler.
Yeah, how does the saying go? Whatever you can do, I can do better.
Yes,
he's
absolutely.
He's proven it. Yeah. He's trying to prove that here.
Wasn't that from Annie, like the musical? I'm pretty sure it was. Because
I couldn't tell you, man. I'm a zoomer.
I picture a red-headed girl with freckles singing that. And
see, when I picture Annie, I picture the small little black girl. So
this is the difference. I'm from the 20th century where there was a real play, and that's the new version. Yes, I gotcha.
Yeah. Engage coming in on the bot side does play the E. Just going for some small trades. Ashe lands the volley to end that off.
But you generally like that as the Thresh because it's a lower mana cost and it's a lower cooldown for that Flay. So you like making that trade. And,
yeah, for sure. You can see it in the mana bars there. That's like almost a third of her mana gone already.
It's one of the things they've nerfed on Leona, and that's why she's not an S-ranked support anymore. You're generally picking her as a counter pick, and not into Thresh. Other engaged supports are being chosen more, like the Set is being taken a lot, like Nautilus, Thresh. These types of picks tend to be more of the bot lane engagers in Season 10.
Yeah, for sure. And some nice trades going on in the mid lane. Knight continuing to demolish, I'd even say, in these trades. No real return from Yagao.
You're not being hyperbolic there. I will not hold you back, Josh. You're making a statement. Absolutely.
Knight proven that he's a better mid laner in this series for sure. Now.
Clearly. After 2 games, there's let's make some grandiose statements.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see Yagao compete a little bit more in these trades. I just don't know if there's anything else he can do. But the Ashe are coming onto the Jhin. Beautiful Lantern to get him out, but Kanavi going to flash to pick up that kill on Jhin. This could be the Thresh going down too. Red buff going to be slowing him, but he's going to get out. They're not going to go for the second dive. And as you were saying, Rav, once they hit 6, there's that 1-2 punch you get with the Leona ult and the Ashe ult. And boy, did they ever just deliver on that.
I didn't necessarily want to pat myself on the back, but I got to say that I was briefly looking at my phone for one of those automatic back scratchers. So maybe not a pat on the back, maybe just a scratch of the back, And it also helps when you have your jungler going down there and perfectly coordinating with your bot lane whenever you engage. A little
Absolutely.
Something that you see at the highest levels that you don't really see in solo queue on a daily basis.
Yeah, for sure.
Ooh!
Oh, the scuttle. Nice steal away. Carson's going to lose a trade, and that's going to be it for that. Knight is there to help him out, just in case anything else happens, though. Kanavi's staying in this bush. This could be really good here. Back from Karsa goes through. And the Leona's walking down. This could very well be a dive for JDG.
Don't you love seeing the Leona walking around with the Nidalee?
Yeah, this is the second time this game. It happened much earlier, around when Leona was level 4. It also happened then. Nidalee gonna pick up these Krugs. You're gonna do what you can to steal a couple of them away. She wants that bonus in 10 gold.
So there is a difference in the teams, and it's almost entirely between the two junglers. Let me point this out. Nidalee getting the first blood and the second kill as well, going for a big gold lead. And there you can see most of the team's 1,700 gold lead. But then if you look over on the Graves, yes, he's down 10 farm, but does have the first dragon and the first Rift Herald. So you have gold in the hand or gold in the bush. Ooh, there's a saying that I'm trying to think of. But it's an old-timey saying, and I don't remember specifically, but that does make sense. So you have JDG does have the gold lead, but TES might actually have it in the future. And we're going to have to see after this tower dive.
Jin W comes as well. Leona with a nice ult. Kanavi's going to go down anyway from the Graves ultimate. Going to chase on Leona. Jin pops the ultimate. Leona's going to get really low here. Dodges another one of the ults, but doesn't matter. Graves going to pick up the second kill. Knight following down to the bot lane. Going to flash on that Ashe and pick up that third kill.
Top Esports starting their dives once again. We saw this in the first game. Are we seeing a repeat of the first game here? JDG going out to an early lead and then Top being able to turn it? Because we saw that four-man dive a little bit earlier in that first game. In fact, we saw that behind the first turret at about 4 or 5 minutes in.
Very true, yeah, I do remember myself. I think the difference is that JDG doesn't quite have the lead that they had last game. But anyway, for the breakdown of this fight, that was a beautiful hook that Thresh landed on to Kanavi. Basically got him instantly killed, And then the Jin follow-up with the ultimate, gets Leona pretty low. Graves Q hits the wall for the immediate comeback on the Q. Picks up the kill, and then Zoe with the nice roam from mid lane, picks up the flash, gets the Ashe.
And that looks like a wild Chinese energy drink. What is it called? Warhorse? Wow, I bet that has some stuff that's not legal here in North America. I bet that gets you real going. You can't sleep for 2 days.
Is that why all the Chinese players are so good? They got Warhorse?
I cannot confirm or deny, but if this is our only point of information, then yes, it would be.
Gotcha.
Those valuable Chinese sponsorship deals. I mean, hey, 1.4 billion consumers can't be wrong, right?
Yeah, for sure. And I guess I'm just misreading all these matchups today, because Camille looking great into the Fiora. Not that I said it was bad, but she's definitely doing well in this matchup in the top side right now. But despite being a little bit down in farm, she is getting really good trades off. But now JDG looking to pick up this dragon. Thresh and Jin here ready to look for the steal. We'll see if they can get it. But a nice and easy steal from Nidalee, and the massive Jin Q there. Did you see that? That flew across the screen.
See what I was focused on? I was looking at Jin and Thresh, and they were standing there, and I think they were like, are we off rolling jungle? Like, do you have smite? No. Do you have a spellbook? No. Oh well.
No spellbook, Thresh. Come on, man.
No, but. They let it go, and they were really in a position to contest. They were just seeing if JDG were going to, for some reason, stop Dragon and just engage on them. But I'll tell you who's engaging. That's Karsa.
Engage on. Oh, Yagal's going to go down. Kanavi also going to go down. Nothing you can do about that except get the hell out of your jungle quicker there. Whew. Misplay from the side of JDG, and Top takes advantage of it.
And Karsa is making an offer you can't refuse. And that's in the bot lane, and it's a take it or leave it offer. It's die or die a little bit later. And well, they decided to fight. Lucian decided to turn back and decided to die a little bit sooner. And Top Esports once again coming back in the team fight portion of this game, and they're just having the superior map move. And so JDG, if I were to say a trend in the series, is that JDG has got the superior laning, superior early game, but it's when the macro of the team play, having to go between the lanes and having to make these calls of when to dive. You're seeing Top Esports with a veteran jungle, Karsa, who's been in the scene for at least 7 or 8 years. I've been watching him back in the LMS, seen him as known as the Korean killer, his team. He is the leader of this team. He is the vet, and we are talking about a Confucius culture here in China and in Korea. So they do respect their elders. Something that here in the West, we don't necessarily always listen to our elders. I'm definitely someone that, when my parents said something younger, I didn't listen. Ooh, but 369.
369. Oh,
Oh,
almost gets taken out. Zoom almost with the beautiful outplay. That was so nice.
wild.
Oh
Wild.
man, whew, that was so close.
And
And
whereas 369 decided to run as Kennen in that game 1 tower dive, he's like, nah, Fiora, I'm staying. I got Ravenous Hydra. We're pushing, and not only going to turn that dive, but be able to go ahead and push that second turret. Wow.
Yeah, for sure. Knight is everywhere in this game, man.
Yeah.
He is like the second jungler. He is everywhere on the map he needs to be. He's helping out his team so much here with the roam's bot, with the roam's top. He says to 369, yo, go for this play. I'm hitting this bubble. Beautiful bubble, by the way. 369 goes for it, presses the ultimate. Beautiful ult from Zoom to dodge out on the Paddle Star. 369 gets so low here, and such a nice flash E from the Camille, but doesn't quite have the damage. And great pickup from top.
Yeah, and Zoom using that ult very admirably got the diver 369 inside the tower range, and despite doing everything he could, was not able to pick up that trading kill.
Now, the one thing I really would have liked to see from JDG this game, and specifically Kanavi, is to pressure this top side, right? We saw it really early in the game when I was mentioning that he could have gone for that gank top, the second gank top, the repeat.
Yes.
They didn't see him. Fiora no flash, and I think they should have taken more advantage of that, to be honest, whether it was top dives or not. Like, I feel like they definitely could have pressured the lane more, built more of a lead on your top side, and then rather than having a game that's looking like this, where it's probably pretty doomed, you'd have a game where you have a fed Camille who's gonna out the Fiora in the side lane.
I'm going to go on a limb and saying that is the most important non-play of this series so far, because again we have perfect vision here. But if Kanavi turns back around and goes to get that kill, but once again we're having another team fight.
The death sentence lands. Lamau's going to get really low. Threshes as well. Paddle Star coming over the wall, going to chunk Lucian out of the fight. Now the Leona ult comes out. Definitely doesn't really look like any more follow. Nice bubble from Zoe. Is going to miss out slightly after Kanavi jumps over that wall. And scary looking play there on the mid lane. It's off for this dragon though. Oh, Leona getting onto the Graves already. Graves is going to go down. Doesn't get the return kill onto Kanavi. And this should be JDG's dragon. That's a great look. But now look on the top side. You see Fiora splitting and there's no answer right now. No, Leona's back, but Camille's back was late.
Yeah, and you have to give this to top esport right now. Yes, you go down a dragon, but you just pushed 2 turrets in top lane and just opened up an inhibitor. That's worth any dragon in the game, pretty much, other than a soul in a key position.
Yeah, for sure. Shame if Kanavi goes down here, in all honesty. That would really, really be crappy. And the Ignite goes through, so that should be him dying. But he does have the heal, actually. He might be okay. Jin not in range for that 4th auto. Navi might get out here. No, he's doomed. He's doomed for sure. Jackie Love picks up the kill. Going to be the second one in the game for him. Top playing this game pretty well right now. That being said, that was a pretty big mistake from Kanavi too.
Here's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at 369 in his items. He was able to go back to base and pick up this Phage. He's most likely going to be going for the Trinity Force as a second item. When he picks up that second item, watch for him to explode. That is the point in Fiora's item build. When you get that Ravenous Hydra and that Trinity Force, that's one of the most powerful power spikes in the game, and you're able to 1v1 pretty much anyone in the game at a similar level or items at that point, and look for him to take control of this side lane. And sure. I really don't know who can stop him. I don't think anyone on JDG can really be able to stop him.
If I'm Camille right now, I'm scared of matching that Fiora. You don't win the 1v1 if you're Camille right now. You're too far, well, not even necessarily too far behind, but I mean, because they are relatively even, but Fiora is just scaled basically at this point, right? I mean, Fiora is going to end up winning the matchup because she can parry the all-in from the Camille, the dash, and if that happens, you just lose the 1v1 immediately, right? So, gonna have to be played well from the side of JDG if they want to kill her off in the side lane. You got to look for Kanavi maybe coming down to help her with something. But now, closer to the top side, might be sniffing out a fight here. There's no flash on 369, so we'll see what happens.
Karsa.
Nice arrow. Nice arrow comes through. They're going to look to chase. Ash with the ball. He gets the kill onto Graves. Now going to follow up onto the Thresh. Thresh does go down as well. This could be a Baron from JDG. But 369 pushing the side lane now. No TP from the Camille.
Big difference between Game 2 and Game 1 here. Here they picked up 2 kills and are going for Baron versus in Game 1 when they went for that 20-minute, 3-minute Baron, they only picked up a single kill. So yes, it's earlier in the game, but we're seeing...
Oh, Zoom gets hit by the bubble.
Whoa.
Gonna get all in. He's gonna go down here.
Yes, he definitely is.
369's gonna pick up the kill. JDG's gonna get the Baron though.
They have to be able to get out here. They don't want a team fight in this scenario.
Following the Paddle Star flash away from the Lucian, but gets hit by the bubble. This should be Lucian going down for sure. And he does. That's 2 kills picked up for 369. A massive worry now. I'm scared if I'm JDG. Even after picking up that Baron, you still lose 2 members. And despite having the Baron buff, it's not on the Camille, so you still need more than the Camille to match that Fiora.
It's still a fairly even trade if JDG does not lose too much tempo around the map, which would include this next dragon as well. Then you have to say that it's fairly worth. It also depends on what they do with this Baron. Yes, they did take it off the map, but can they get any advantage, any sort of gold back on their side? And by that would be a lot of these towers, level 1 towers in mid and top still. But here, once again, Ash with the engage.
Coming out. Misses the arrow. Hook gonna land. Death sentence. Nice. Gonna be cleansed out, but doesn't matter. She's gonna get one shot anyway. Leona ult's coming out. Does end up missing. Lantern to shield the Graves up a little bit. Doesn't look too promising for JDG here, though.
No, not at all. They lost a lot of tempo, and they're gonna double kill.
Whoa! Great play from the Lucian there. Gonna pick up the 3rd as well. That was a dash, my bad, not the flash.
Wow.
And Camille with the follow onto Night out on the bubble.
Ah,
beautiful play. Beautiful play.
Wow, 4 for 1, and they still have Baron on at least 2 members. So swung right back over for JDG. And
for sure.
This is like a teeter-totter here, how these games keep going back and forth.
Yeah. This was a great initial look from Top Esports, trying to get that Baron off the 2 members. A nice cleanse from the Ash to get out of the death sentence, but it didn't matter because she got CC'd too hard anyway. And then it was looking grim, even more for JDG. They all got really low, but then Lucian with a beautiful culling gets them all low and then dashes forward, cleanses the bubble. No one can touch this man. Yagao, I was saying how he has to make some plays to try and match Knight, and did he ever?
Yeah, it was just Jackie Love. He had his 4th shot. He was looking to be aggressive, and he just stood just a little bit too far forward, took a tower shot, and then the brunt of Lucian's damage.
Here we go, 369 going to get killed off right away. That might be it for the fight. And yeah, JDG is going to walk away. And this is a big Baron buff gold swing for them now.
Yep, look back up on the gold totals. They're going to pick up around 4,000 for this Baron buff power play, but that swings it exactly even, and with JDG picking up the Dragon on the last part of that team fight, that puts them into a minor lead now. Minor in that they have a Soul, the Ocean Soul, coming up in 4 minutes, and they can really play for that. That's going to be up just after the Baron, and you could see both of these objectives in play. Look for the game to be decided around one of these 2 fights. 24 minutes in, that's going to be around the 28-minute mark, and that's when you can really start pushing towers and perhaps open up an inhibitor after a correct map movement or a pick. And we're not seeing the Ashe being the effective engager as she can be. There's just too many tools, too many cleanses. There's the team plays are just a little bit too good. Last game, there's also a Tom Kench on the opposing team that really put a damper on that long-range engage. Not proven to be the overwhelming favorite 80 carry. I mean, like not winning the games for the people that are picking them.
I mean, yeah, for sure, but I actually do have to disagree with you a little bit on the Ashars, because I actually think she's had a really good game with it this time around, despite them having a lot to dodge out on them. And a lot of these fights, they're layering their CC so well that despite Fiora having the parry, despite Jin having the cleanse, they're still getting picked off really, really quickly. They're still dying really quickly just because of all the CC layer with the Ashar included with the Leona CC.
Well, definitely that second gank on bot lane. They did use very well on that, where it was a combination of the arrow and the Leona ult with the gank. Yeah. So working sometimes, not working others, and we're gonna see, can JDG work themselves back into this series? Right now, it's anybody's guess. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to make a prediction. It's really, really hard. When you're looking at the scaling, both of these teams are not hyper-scaling teams. Once again, they both are fairly mid-game centric teams with focus on split-pushing top laners.
Yeah, for sure. But now you were pointing out earlier that Fiora getting closer to that Triforce, and once she gets it, she's going to be a freaking menacing side laner there, and she does pick it up. She also has the almost the Death Stance completed now. Does have a little bit more than the Camille and items, and it's going to be looking scary. But there we go with the Ash arrow. We were talking about it not too long ago, and it forces the Jin flash. Good play.
You'll take that every time, especially on the 80 carry.
Yeah, for sure. I'm also looking forward to this Baron coming up now because both top laners do have the TP. So I'm curious to see whether they're going to focus the Baron right away or they're going to wait for that Dragon.
I wanted to liken the Fiora getting that 2-item power spike to, like, you know, if you're out about on your regular day and you come across someone acting hard who's got an eye drop tattoo with them, and then, you know, you're out in public, you're out with your girl, your friends, whatever, and then some dude starts acting hard with the teardrop. You know what? You just back away for that, for that part of the, you don't necessarily have to, engage in fisticuffs right there and then, these signs tend to mean something, and when you get those items, it's kind of like that. It's like you can engage. I don't know if you wanna.
Yeah, for sure. A nice hook landing from the Thresh there. Exhaust coming out as well. Leona does burn the stone plate there, so not going to be up for this big Dragon or Baron fight coming up here, and that's actually a pretty crucial cooldown. Sorry.
Absolutely, and these are really adding up. You have the T- for this Dragon coming up. Baron's already up. These cooldowns are worth so much. Right now, JDG has their cooldowns, whereas Top Esports is down their flash on their 80 carry. So slight advantage for JDG going into this, but both teams looking for position, and it's JDG with the mid position looking to push this wave in to give them the inside track. Top right now focusing on the top side. Yeah, excuse me for being redundant there, but they're taking Baron over Dragon, but JDG is saying no, we like the green drag. That's gonna make 4 of them.
Thresh fully chunked up before that fight though, but there goes the Lucian R. Gonna go on the Dragon. Let's see if they can melt this. They're gonna opt to finish it. Nice Ash there, delays it. Kanavi finishes. Nice, they pick up the soul. And does look like they're going to get away. The Jin ult comes through. Kanavi spots them all going towards that ball lane tri-bush. And Kanavi looks pretty dead here. He's going to hop this wall. Actually, no, he is fine. Bubble going to hit. That means Kanavi's going to go down. Fiora going to pick up that kill. Nice heal. Oh, Kanavi almost gets out. Does force the Fiora flash. They are chasing for more. Jin has to be careful. No flash up right now. Is just going to look for a little bit of damage on that Leona. Does get rooted up, and Jin finishes the kill, but a nice root from Camille there to finish that kill up. Nice try to dodge out the bubble, but does get hit by it anyway. And pretty chaotic fight there. It was good for JDG because they picked up the Dragon, sorry.
They're trading here, there, and everywhere, but I tell you how it ends is JDG with a 3-1 lead with the jungler of top being taken out. Sorry, it's top getting the 3-1 lead, and junglers taken down on both sides, so they're free to take this. So wow, we have another game with such an interesting end game. We're having Baron here from top, whereas JDG has the soul, and the ever powerful Ocean Soul at that. So they're playing a wait game. We can give up some towers. we have some to spare, but JDG is looking to play for the long game here. Maybe try to get it to an Elder, and let's look at this engage onto Leona. But this is going to trade for Karsa, and you generally like that trade, but the flash hook.
That was that was really good. Jackie Love with the auto there procced the Storm Razor, and it slowed him, and that was the only reason that Thresh got that hook off. So that was a really, really, really good play from Jackie Love.
Just picking it up on the backside of that team fight. And
yeah, for sure.
It's a coin flip here.
For sure. Knight gonna grab that blue buff.
I gotta say, just looking at the teams though, if I were to just say, okay, you're even at this late point of the game, I kind of like Top's team composition. If you were to take the Dragons out, if you were to take the Baron out, everything else out, and you just look at the teams at this point in the game, I like Top Esports because you're having a AD carry, like a mid lane here in Lucian that's falling off at this point as we speak. Also in the jungle matchup, you kind of like how Graves is going to be towards the later end of the game than the Nidalee. Nidalee's got 2 levels on Graves right now, but that's not going to be forever. When they hit both level 18, look for Karsa on the Graves to be just outputting that little bit more of damage.
Oh, the bubble cancels the TP! This is going to be Zoom going down for sure. Now you might get traded, but the Zhonya's is going to buy enough time. 369's there. This should be the kill. Oh, but a nice dodge with the ult to dodge out on the bubble. Nice. Dash coming out from Zoom, but doesn't matter. Going to get picked up anyway. Both TPs from the top laners being expended there. 2 battle on the side of JDG. They didn't get the cancel on 369's teleport.
Yep, but that's a long death timer. That's 50 seconds here for Zoom.
Yeah, for sure.
Remember, top.
It's going to be a long time. Yeah, 369 also going to push in that top wave now. It's going to be pretty hard for JDG to play this.
Could look at a double.
They're going to have mid and top getting pushed in. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. It could amount to that. With the Baron buff, they certainly can't contest this. 369 can just walk over, and then the fight's pretty much lost if you're taking the 4v5, sorry. And it is going to be a Yagao who matches 369 in the top lane. It still should be both inhibs going down, if not maybe just one. Oh, but the nice Ash Arrow coming out forces out the QSS from Graves. Now top inhib falls, and bot's going to fall shortly after. Leona might be looking for something here. No, Zoom misses the engage, and I think that's going to be it. 2 inhibitors picked up for the side of Top Esports. Pretty well played.
Been a few times that we've seen the Thresh Lantern being well placed ahead of time in anticipation. And once again, in the support of Top, who I believe was switched out for the second game. I believe they have multiple supports on their team.
Yeah, I think it's a different one, right?
I believe so. And this was not the support that was playing in spring. I know that for sure. But that's with these Korean and Chinese teams. They have 7- and 8-man rosters that they can actually swap in playoff games. We're still getting used to that in Europe, in North America. We haven't quite gotten over the have 5 players, play 5 players type of team.
It's very different. They do whatever they need to do to win games, and if they field swapping players, they do it. And it's something that I feel like, just like you said, it doesn't really happen here in the Western world of League of Legends. And now 50 seconds until the Elder spawns. Oh, a nice bubble lands here. Jinroot gonna connect onto her. Death Sentence landing too. Nothing much is gonna amount out of that. They do get the Gargoyle Stoneplate proc though.
And really, you have to be very careful engaging on Leona. You can do it, but she's got to be far enough away from her team. And this time,
she's able to come back. Lancey Ash Arrow follows up too. Gonna be Thresh in the Zhonya's. Nice Graves all gets them pretty low. Kanavi's already out of the fight though. Let's see what else happens here. Leona gonna get pretty low. Oh my god, Lucian dashes in, but he gets killed too. This fight's pretty crazy, really back and forth. Camille dashes in, gonna get CC'd up. Oh my god, this fight is a disaster. Zoe jumps into the back end of it and just gets Kanavi to the face. Zoom gonna pick up the kill. That's an ace.
What's Ocean Soul got to do with it?
Crazy.
What's Ocean Soul got to do with it? And there we got to see those health bars replenishing with every auto attack and skill. of JDG, and just being able to out team fight there because of this powerful soul. And here we're going to see the engage here from JDG, feeling confident, getting into that choke point. And yes, you're going to take a lot of damage, Leona, doing that, but she's able to get out on the backside. And by that time, it is all she wrote.
Yeah, this fight was pretty insane. Not gonna lie, I lost track of what was going on a little. It was all over the place. See Zoe flashing into the back in there to the back line. She just gets CC'd immediately. Couldn't really do anything about it. Yeah, that's Ocean Soul. My bad. Elder for the side of JDG, and this could be pretty much game set match here for them.
So here's the problem I'm seeing for top. Okay, so they just lost that team fight, and they were against Ocean Soul. Now they're against Ocean Soul and
the Elder.
Yeah.
And Baron's up. And Baron's up. What I want to see here is I want to see 369 just fully commit to the side lane. I want to see him go for that last inhib, because at this point you got to hope that he beats Zoom in the side lane. But regardless, Zoom's not going to match him. He does have TP if he needs to, but I think top just has to go for the steal. It's getting killed really quick, and they are going to pick it up, but Zoom is maybe trolling here.
A little bit of questionable.
I don't know if they can follow up in time. Oh, never mind, they can. Lucian calling just one-shots him. If you're on the bot side now, though, Baron-empowered recalls. Gonna get them there pretty quick. Only can get the tower. It's a small consolation prize, to say the least.
Yes.
That's about it.
Yes. But still, in 2 inhibitors that are about to be up any time now for top. I mean, like for JDG, and really once those super minions start pushing in top and mid lane, they can really threaten. It seems like they have everything else. They just don't have towers, and they're missing a couple inhibitors. But JDG needs to use this Elder buff. It's only 20 seconds left. It's unlikely.
Yeah, if you're JDG, you just run it down mid lane here. Basically, you have the GA on the Zoom, so he can literally just dash in, and you can get the follow up with the rest of the team after. But they need to force something right now, and it looks like they're going to. Here goes Zoom on to Graves right away. Ults onto him. Gonna get pulled back. One shot. Whew. That should be the game here. Despite the Elder being gone, they shouldn't really need it anymore. Yeah, they should just be able to end it right here.
There's still 4 members of top esports left, although those health are going pretty far down. JDG, though, don't have many minions left.
Next wave's just arriving now. If they can clear this quick, they can probably end the game still. They have no Leona ult, though. Camille, like, one-shotting 369. Now both the ball lane members are going to go down. Zoe's left alone, and that's going to be game. JDG responding with the second one.
So apparently dragons have some power.
Do they ever?
There we saw a single player on JDG jump into 4 members of the of top and be able to get out with a kill as well. So power of Elder Dragon as well. We did see Lucian come back and help his teammate pick up that kill after the second Baron. But JDG coming right back into this and showing that they not only can win lane, they can win game.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely looks like it. And I was talking about Yagao needing to step up in these games and match night, and it definitely felt like he did later on in the game, despite him being a little bit lower on the damage graph than the Zoe. In those later game team fights, he had a lot of really good picks, really good follow up with the Camille ults, and he did a lot actually.
I was a little bit worried because he didn't get like that lane advantage, but he was being able to be useful in the mid game.
For sure.
And did not die a whole lot as Lucians tend to get focused by the enemy team. At least when I'm playing Lucian, I tend to, and I tend to see them get focused whenever we're seeing them professionally. But with series tied at 1-1, is there any key that you can think for this third game coming up? You think there's a ban that you might want to throw in? Is there any sort of last point before we get into this game 3?
Honestly, the one thing I want to see a little bit more is I want to see a little more focus around the top side of the map, because a lot of the time I feel like both these top laners are very influential in these games, and I don't think it's getting focused enough.
Yep.
Obviously, LPL known for always contesting objectives, specifically around these dragons and stuff. So it's unlikely that we maybe do see any more top focus, but I think it would be ideal for sure here. And then also in the mid lane, I think Knight that game tried to do way too much on the Zoe. There was a couple times where he got caught out trying to be Superman, and he I don't want to say he threw, but he definitely died a little bit too quickly in a lot of those fights.
Well, I can't really add to that from a technical standpoint, as you touched on the top lane point that I was going to mention. So I just liken that. But I'm going to say that you're thinking that Knight needs to be more of a Bruce Wayne figure and not a Superman. Like maybe he doesn't always have to be charging in with the S. Maybe sometimes he can be the billionaire playboy, and then when crime pops up and the signal comes out, then he changes into Batman and goes out and fights crime. That's what I'm getting from it. But that's
a good way to put it. That's a good way to put it.
Well, thanks, buddy. And there's game 2, 1-1, and we're gonna have game 3 coming right up.